So let me be clear. I used to believe that anyone who claimed they saw Bigfoot or believed in Bigfoot, um, well, I just thought it was a ridiculous uh, thing. I thought people were seeing things. I thought it was stupid. I was very critical. And so I was pretty judgmental on that, and very dismissive, I guess, about people who claimed to have seen Bigfoot or the existence of Bigfoot. I thought it was hilarious and a joke. About 2004, I was a sales manager for a company, and I had a sales rep from Illinois fly down to meet me. We were going to visit a customer down in Valiant, Oklahoma. And while traveling down, we got down to, I think it was Hugo, and started heading east towards Valiant. And while I was driving to the left, this massive creature, about 9 foot, long red hair, walked out of the woods, walked down a little bit, and then walked back in the woods as we were passing by. And like I said before, I didn't believe in this kind of thing. I was just kind of shocked. I thought I was seeing things, and I pretty much chalked it up to, it was a hallucination or something. I was tired but then my coworker, yelled out, "Did you see that?" Which really caused me to pause and ponder, and because I did see it, and now I'm questioning something that I've always dismissed. Well, I'm questioning myself, because I always dismissed Bigfoot, thought it was a joke, and I thought it was ridiculous, but now I just witnessed one walking out of the woods. So this was about 2004, and so it was corroborated. I guess I couldn't challenge, even myself into believing that it was a hallucination or that I was seeing things. I had to finally come to terms with the fact that I just witnessed something that I usually dismissed or laughed at, which is pretty hard to do. And as I've thought about what I saw, I began to think about my other belief system about how I look at the universe and how, we have these different dimensions, and that the space and time is like a book, and we're one page of many pages, and sometimes the page gets bent back, and maybe Bigfoot is a dimensional creature that sometimes gets caught into our world as the page gets bent, or we get caught in their world. I tend to lean more towards that belief now, that Bigfoot does exist in a dimensional form, and not necessarily a creature that's hiding out here in the woods. Of course, I could be proven wrong in the future, but that's where I tend to believe. That's how I tend to believe now. I believe that Bigfoot is a dimensional creature, and a page was bent back, and and that's what happened. So that's kind of how I answer my experience. And I guess I have to admit now that Bigfoot does exist in another dimension, if that makes sense. So that's how I view it. It was a stereotypical sighting, 9 foot tall, big, monstrous shoulders, reddish brown hair, long. There was no question about his size. And like I said, I've been a skeptic, so it was a stereotypical Bigfoot, though, which, took me off guard. My only regret is not turning back and going back to see if maybe there were footprints or something, because it had just rained, so the sun wasn't glaring. It was 10 a.m. in the morning. It was actually a perfect time, in a perfect setting to see something very clear without distortion. So I couldn't dismiss the weather. I couldn't dismiss sun glare. I couldn't dismiss, elements as far as causing my sighting. And again, I had the witness, so he was very shocked, as was I. I was shocked to the point I really didn't want to respond to him because I had questioned this. I had so many experiences questioning people who claim that they'd seen it or believe in it. So I had to come to terms with me becoming a believer, I guess.